We are rolling on a Wednesday. It is Barn Burner here on FlamesNation.ca. It's Boomer, it's Pinder, it's Rhett Warner, the Rhettster at Rhettster44 on Twitter. There he is, got the Yankee hat on. You've abandoned the Bills gear yesterday. It was Bills hoodie kind of thing, Bills windbreaker and hat.
I've not abandoned because even this morning I opened a new Bills sweater. I tried it on. It's lovely. It's
can't have enough.
Yeah.
It's fancy. I look sharp. It's beautiful. It's colored.
I'm kind of dying to see it now.
When do we change Boom's handle, by the way, to the Boom Cat? We can't, like, that handle needs an update there.
Yeah, that handle is.
And if you're going to wear shades from now on, we need to give you something here.
When are you going to change your thing? I don't know.
It takes about 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's probably pissing somebody off. It's probably
already done.
It's probably somebody that's like,
why pissing me off?
Is it pissing you off?
The Boom Cat. See there? That's what I like.
Do the Boom Cat.
I'm happy now.
Yeah. I saw who was it was Strickland and was Cam Jansen, right? Cam and Strick podcast. I think they had the Wide Dog on.
Yeah, the Wide Dog.
We needed a Wide Dog visit. He came on during COVID.
It was rough at the end with the Wide Dog too, because Wide Dog is friend of the show, but Wide Dog got to a point where it was so bad we were having to.
Well, bad for some.
Every single night there was an atrocious.
Oh, I thought you meant
you can't make that play in the league anymore.
I thought you meant the official thing.
No, I didn't.
Into the referee.
I mean, no. I think he ended up winning that whole thing on an appeal, and the linesman owed him money. It was, yeah.
But either way, here we are. It's not a Flames game day. So we have another. Do we want to go back and just spend another day bitching about that loss to the Rangers, or we can talk about it?
I feel like we hit the quota.
We covered it, yeah.
Hey, 3 out of 4 on this road trip so far. I don't see any problems.
That's right, yeah. On
this 3-week, 4-week.
Yeah.
Okay, Daryl.
He's good at it. Listen, he's good at it. Daryl knows what he's doing. Before we go any further, though, here in the Tower Chrysler studios, and they are good people. We are not, but they are good people.
Sometimes,
so what we do is we just try and kind of piggyback, and we'll kind of just tag along. Once again, Nikki over at Tower Chrysler has come up with an idea, and we are going to be a part of it. She's like, maybe we could do this. Yes, let's us do this great idea we had. From now until the end of the month, we are teaming up with Tower Chrysler to collect warm clothing for the mustard seed.
Love it.
It is still February after all, even though it's decent out.
Cold tonight.
Doesn't stay. Visit Tower Chrysler, drop off any winter items, coats, boots, mitts, gloves, hand warmers of the like. Go to the dealership. They are going to load up a brand new Ram in the showroom, jam a Ram, and then deliver it all to the mustard seed at the end of the month. And if you do drop items off, you'll be entered into a draw to win a prize package, which is TBD. We'll come up with something really great for somebody.
I trust him on this stuff.
I do too.
Yeah.
So swing by. It is 10901 McLeod Trail South.
That's a lot.
You know where it is.
It's right by the Anderson Station.
It's right by the Anderson Station. Or online at towerchrysler.com if you need to get info or whatever it is. So there you go. Nikki's like, yeah, let's we kind of wanted to do something. We thought about it. How about the mustard seed? Yeah, that sounds great.
Better people than us again, correct.
Oh, way better.
Yeah,
way better people than us.
Rhett, freshly back from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally or not, rather grumpy 2 days ago. And I found a good excuse for you, Rhett, to get back to Florida because you were digging the vibes there, right? You're like, you're feeling that whole live in Florida in the winter thing, right?
I'm big on beaches and margaritas and all signs of sunshine. Let's do it.
I got this figured out. Okay. So next Wednesday, today's Wednesday, if I'm correct, a week from today, pitchers and catchers, New York Yankees, Tampa, Florida.
I was actually, when I was down there last week, I was thinking how great it would be to go watch some ball.
Greatest boondoggle of all time. The Dunedin coverage that we used to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Used to.
Well,
a lot of things we used to do.
Maybe do it again. Sure.
Maybe do it again.
Find a way
Calendar's
to get
open.
back down there, can't we? Huh?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Now, this is a way you had talked about being in Florida and just getting back and being in the sun. It's a good enough time for me to just kind of segue in. Now, the shoveler has been sending photos. I don't know if you saw last week we talked about outdoor dental. You're snoring. You're not getting any sleep. You're passing out in public.
Dude, wasn't he on like the boardwalk?
He was on the boardwalk there.
Public places, embarrassing.
I don't know. You won't even know this picture exists. But again, you're not getting the sleep you need.
Oh, jeez.
You fell asleep out on the beach.
Jesus.
I mean, come on, dude. What's it going to take for you to go to outdoor dental and get this sleep apnea thing figured out?
Holy
That's
crap.
not a beer either. That's a big bottle.
That's not a charcuterie board either.
No.
I think we know what that is.
Yeah, that could be maybe like a pink Whitney bottle. Does it have any taper to it? I'm not sure,
That
but
looks
it's
like
it's a 2.6.
Yeah, maybe a Chardonnay, officer.
Rhett, come on, man. I'm pleading
I
with
know.
you already. The shoveler keeps sending me these every single week. We've got more of them, and if
Your
you got
shape is like, look at this guy though. Jeez,
Oh, yeah, he's
right, leaning out.
big shoulders,
Climate's
broad
good for
shoulders.
you. Yeah.
Broad shoulders. Unless you go and get tested for sleep apnea, you don't know. Do you have sleep apnea? I don't know. Do you have the thing? Well, you got to go through the whole sleep process, that whole thing, and then you go see somebody else. Well, let's look at your chart here. You know if you snore, and you know if you're fatigued all the time.
And your partner will know those things too.
He, she are going to know better than anybody. Snoring treatments. Now, it's outdoor dental. We've talked about this for weeks now. They, of course, have all the latest technology for your dental work, lasers, no drills, and all that sort of thing. But specifically for us here at Barn Burner, because, again, Dr. J. Patel said, I think maybe you have some listeners that would need snoring help.
Or Lugans.
Yeah, for sure. So the same laser that they use for the dental work, they can use on your soft palate in the back of your throat. 2 15-minute treatments increases the tension back there, and it's going to reduce the snoring. That's where it comes from.
Thanks, Ian.
You think maybe it comes from in here, but
No.
that's where it comes from. Non-surgical, pain-free little topical thing on there. 15 minutes, come back again, and the snoring is gone, and you feel better. You get more rest. Your days are better. Your nights are better. You feel better. The people around you are happier, and you don't pass out on the beach with a 2.6 of Wisers across your chest.
That's not the shape of Wise.
At least you don't snore when you pass out.
That's true. Yeah. If you do pass out, then it's not.
Does that laser help with sunburn, or is that not a thing?
That's a different thing. Yeah.
So we got 2 issues there then.
You see there on the banner, dental emergencies, orthodontics, the snoring. Dr. J. Patel, he's right at the front of the line when it comes to the technology in the dental world today. Outdoor.dental. That's the website. Outdoor.dental. Go see Dr. J. Set up an appointment and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, enjoy your better relationship, your better sleep.
Not getting sleep sucks.
More on that later. Someone was at it again.
Rhett. Brutal. I know, because it's 2 hours ahead, and he's awake before I am, and I get up fairly early, so I get it.
Yeah, I was up for about 4 hours when I saw you doing a retweet there this morning of the big game watch party. The Rhettster had a retweet.
Oh,
today.
really?
Yeah,
a watch party, right?
Yeah, he was good.
Thought it was
good. So now you're homeschooling today. Is that what it is? You got some book learning going on at the Warner household?
Yeah, we had a sad event, so the kids had to stay home. That something happened at their school. So anyway, 2 of them had to stay home, and I'm trying to help with the homework, and I hate it. I hate it. Gives me a headache. I don't understand it. I'm actually no help. It's
and you're probably frustrated too. So just to cap it off,
it's a detriment to everyone. It is, yeah. The kids are not impressed with my assistance, and I'm not impressed with the questions. I don't even know what to do.
The struggle is real, though.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this. I want to say 5 years ago.
I don't even know. We're using the rubric and these terms that they're talking. What are you talking about?
Yes.
No idea what they're talking about. My wife, she's we get somebody's coming over to help your daughter, whatever her name is, with their homework. Can you print out this sheet so that they
whatever her name is?
And I printed out. It's like which Which way is up? Like, what is the? No clue. No, I just set it on the desk. There you go, sweetheart. Good luck with that. No help.
So I feel like somehow, some way, Rhett has either got a more profound respect for teachers, or are these just going to blame them, and the hatred's even greater than it was.
Rhett hates
I'm
teachers.
wondering which way
Hates teachers
goes. Because
I
I
don't
mean, if you had to do that 8 hours a day, you'd go bonkers. But I think you'll probably blame the teachers for doing this.
Well, first of all, they don't work for 8 hours. They're there for 8 hours. They're kind of.
I don't know that Rhett should be comparing work.
No,
weeks.
you know what? It goes without saying, but please, Rhett, continue.
No, I shouldn't.
And the summer's off, right?
It's like you said, though, I have to learn the English language again because I don't rubric. It's like the cube, like the different colored cube.
I had when I was a kid.
Yeah, I never could figure out
cube?
how to finish that either. So no, I don't want.
It's the rubric and all this. I got no clue.
I'm excited.
Now you get to add screens to the mix. So there's no, you don't just open a textbook. So the best grade I ever got in high school, I got kicked out of science class. The teacher was like, "You're a distraction. I don't want you in my room. You can take the class, but you have to sit outside in the hallway. And here's the textbook." And every day he's like, "This is the chapter. These are the questions. Carry on." Okay.
Get it.
I got 80%. I got an 80 in that class.
Yeah.
But now there's not even a textbooks to study from. So they give you binders with papers that just, they all rip out and it falls apart. So it's unorganized. It's an absolute shit show. And then you have videos you have to watch and then click off of that and change the screen and find this. And holy F. Just give me something to work on here. It takes me 20 minutes to figure out even the proper, okay, is it this video first and then I do this question and then I'm lost before I start. And this is grade 4.
Yeah, I just wait for someone to hit me over the head with a frying pan and just put me out of my misery because it's
much
the worst.
More prefer. Yeah.
We've heard good in the room, but good in the hallway. That is a bit surprising, right?
I spent a lot of time in the hallway.
Yeah.
What about you? You were probably what was?
I think probably around junior high school, I figured out that I could be a dink and make people laugh in class, and that was not good.
To me, you would never shut up, which I think would drive teachers crazy. So Ryan, please Ryan, please. Shh.
Yeah.
Hallway.
Mm-hmm. You're going to stay in at lunch. Is that allowed? Where's the rule? School manual. Shut up.
I had one teacher, and it was always a battle to see who was going to get in the last word. Mr. Malberg, would you be quiet? Sure, I'll be quiet. I said, be quiet. I'm being quiet. Why do you have to do it? I'm not doing anything. All right, go in the hallway. All right, fine.
I'm having flashbacks to breakfast today.
It's just the close the door behind you. Yeah, I will. Thanks. You're welcome. Good then. All right then. I actually kind of liked them. It was a game by the end, right? I think that there was that respect kind of between. It's like that fucker.
Yeah.
Just won't go easy.
Game, respect, game.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the hell class that was. I was out in the hallway all year. Anyway, Flames.
I mean,
Detroit.
Sure, Flames, whatever Flames.
Flames are in Detroit. They'll play the Red Wings tomorrow. And then Buffalo on Saturday.
Matinee in the Queen City.
Must-win games.
I thought, can you stop for a second? I thought the Queen City was Regina.
And Cincinnati, too, I think. There's many Queen cities. That's the issue. The Queen, apparently, zipping around, doing some things in some places.
Okay, so I'm
Freddie
not
Mercury.
completely up to that.
Terrific.
Because Rob Ray wrote back to the Queen City on the board when we were playing, when I was playing here in Buffalo. And I'm like, we're going to Regina for a game? What?
We go see Riders game, yeah!
Yes!
Honestly, I was like, why in the F are we going to Regina? Like, come on, we don't need to go to Regina, do we? All right, sorry about that. Man. Sorry.
Well, and as Kelly Kirsch would tell you, of course, the Queen City kids, they're from Regina. Yeah, saw them at the Pump in Saskatoon one time. Yeah. So it's Detroit. I wondered if maybe they would hang in New York for a little bit, but it does not seem to be the case.
Does this feel like a group that 51 games through the season deserves an extra day in New York?
Back in the New York groove? No. Get on the plane. Let's go.
Get to Motor City.
Tell us about Detroit, Rhett. I've never been. I hear it's, and for a long time, remember when the Red Wings were really, really good, you would get big name players who would go and live in Detroit. There's parts of
nice
Detroit.
suburbs
There's
that are
parts of Detroit,
really
not so great. There's some other parts that are nice. I don't know that I've seen video evidence of the nice parts. I've seen what looks to be the cold, waterfront, dreary, kind of run down parts of Detroit. Where would you guys stay? What would you do? Or was it one of those spots where you just be out, do nothing and out right after?
It was very Buffalo-esque. It was go in and play and don't leave the hotel and just, I mean, they built a casino downtown. I think I went in there once. But my first trip to Detroit, I was playing for the Detroit Vipers, Ann Arbor, the Palace at Auburn Hills.
Malice at the Palace, Ron Artest.
Right.
There you go.
Beautiful. So it's nice out there. We got swept by Kansas City.
Yeah.
It wasn't so good. And I also
they got a new
part of the reason that I had to flee the country was that when I went to Detroit, me and my roommate, remember I told this story where I ran into that roommate in Vegas like 5 years later at about 7 in the morning.
Start from the beginning because they won't remember. I don't remember. Let's go.
Well, but the problem is I have vague memories of it because it was there was a lot of intoxication. Anyway, go to Detroit, get the season had ended in Saskatoon, and the Vipers had Jason Woolley on the team for most of the year, and the Panthers took Woolley, and so they felt obligated to give him a player in return. And I'm very Jason Woolley-esque, offensive-minded, power play kind of player.
Yeah.
So I ended up in Detroit. Doug McLean came and saw me, asked me why I wasn't playing.
Sure, you'd be keen to play more too, knowing Rhett.
Yeah.
Hey, just work. Can I get some extra icing? I know the season's
And
over here. Can you find me somewhere to play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then my roommate, I don't even remember his name. Eric something. He was a tough guy in the minors. Anyway, he was my roommate, so he wanted to go to Windsor and go to the casino. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I didn't realize I needed my immigration papers. So we crossed the border into Canada. That was easy enough. But coming back, the U.S. Customs and Immigration said, "Excuse me, young sir, what is your reason for being in this fine city of ours?" And I said, "Well, I'm playing hockey for the Vipers." And they said, "Well,
I'm a pretty big deal here."
Let's see those working papers then. I'm like, what's that? So my poor roommate that I knew for about 2 days had to drive all the way back to the rental place we had and go shuffling through all my stuff to try and find my papers that I apparently was supposed to have on me while I sat at the border on the bridge in Windsor.
Business documents, yeah.
So what year would this have been? Because I'm looking at
just out of junior, right?
At Jason Woolley. He played
95.
1 year for the Vipes. I'm looking for an Eric. Are you sure it's Eric?
No, I'm not sure it's Eric.
My eyes are, I'll tell you what, there were a lot of guys that went through the turnstiles there. A lot of ins and outs for the old Detroit Vipers that year. Man, a ton of guys. So yeah, you'd have to take a look.
The old IHL, huh?
I'll look it up then.
That was Samsonov and Radek Bonk?
Yep.
Did they both play?
I don't know about Bonk, but it was the Thornton draft where Boston picked 1 and 8. They take Thornton at 1, and he probably wasn't ready to play. And Samsonov had come over and was playing with Men in the Eye. And I think also another Vipers tie-in was I think they got Gordie Howe out there when he was 70 to make it 5 decades of pro hockey or something like that. It's crazy.
A 19-year-old Miro Shatan
really
played 8 games that year for the Detroit Vipers. So again, that ties in nicely to the Calgary Flames,
certainly,
and the Detroit Red Wings coming up tomorrow.
Dovetails really
at the Little Caesars Arena, which I've heard kind of a template.
They like it here.
that the people here in town have been using to potentially build the new rink here.
They really liked the Little Caesars rink, and I didn't see when that one was built anyone suggesting we pee in the sinks, which is what we saw out of Edmonton early. So I think there's probably some bottlenecks that they'll avoid if they go with the Detroit model.
They're peeing in the sinks?
That was Edmonton, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Still?
No, I think they converted some women's washrooms to men, or they built more or something.
Yeah.
They also sold tickets to the concourse. People didn't have seats in the playoffs. It's a lot happening there.
No, you didn't.
Eric
did you ever play
Levine
for the Vipers?
Eric Levine.
There you go.
5 games. No, I didn't even get to play. No, I didn't even.
Because you never played.
Oh, there, that's
Christoph Olawa was on the team that.
I was gonna say.
Holy.
Yeah.
So they just brought you in and you watched them play for how long?
Yeah. Only
2-3 weeks.
Yeah. I don't even know if I saw a regular season game. It was mostly playoffs, and there was only 5 of them, so it wasn't it wasn't a long stint.
When we did the roast, wasn't there a Vipers jersey in that collection?
I believe
that got auctioned off.
There was. I believe there was
false advertising.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was obviously a Team Canada, Blades, Florida, Buffalo. What else was there?
We played the AHL Carolina. It was that quick spell you got, what, rookie year?
Nah, yeah, rookie year. I think 9 games.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's nothing to do in Detroit. It's boring.
There's nothing to do in Detroit.
There's still lots of people that live there. I think it is one of those places like Buffalo where suburbs are nice. They're fans of their team for sure. Big supporters. So I don't know. I think Morrison actually just moved back there, didn't he, Brendan?
Did he?
Really?
Yeah.
And then that was a team for, again, now that I'm old as dirt, because you remember when they were so good and winning Stanley Cups, you had to tell younger. There was a time when Detroit was really quite bad. Steve Yzerman, they got him because they were so bad. And then they started to draft guys, and Lidstrom came in, and now they're very, very good. But there actually was a time where they were awful. Now you almost have to remind people, remember how good this team was.
It's hard to recall that. It's been a long time. It was that slow decline where they had that playoff run, and that probably justifies some decisions you shouldn't have made, but you wanted to keep that streak of a quarter century alive. Ken Holland's best work was not the tail end of his time in Detroit with the Abdicator, Helm, Weiss type deals. And yeah, I think Steve Yzerman's done a good job, but he's not fast tracking this thing. He's taking his time.
Because they had the Yzerman, Shanahan, Brett Hull, that group, right?
Yeah.
And then they moved on, and then it was on to Zetterberg and Datsuk, and those guys are never going to win. Or just give them a couple more years, because that was the whole thing.
They're missing the Russians too.
We're going to leave them in the American League. We're going to let our prospects cook. We're not bringing them up. And because the team was so good, you didn't have room for them anyway.
And because there wasn't a salary cap, you weren't incented to play young players. You could let them cook. You didn't worry about, they spent a huge amount of money. Yes, they were good GMs, and yes, they did good work, but they spent more on their hockey team than probably any team in the league, not named the Rangers or Leafs. Like they were an absolute, Goliath out there in terms of what they were spending on talent.
But even near the end of that stretch, Retro, I remember at the other place, you'd go and you'd watch them play. And it was beautiful to sit up high and watch how they would move the puck, how Lidstrom could skate, like you say, Fedorov, and how, I guess Fedorov probably would have been gone, but just Pavel Datsuk, so good. Lidstrom, so good. And everybody else around them just looked so good because they were out there. It was almost like they were playing a different game as they transported the puck up the ice. And you think of some teams that, like we watch now, that can't get in the zone in the power play and chop it square. Not that team.
They were innovators as well. They had that 5-man Russian unit. We saw Fedorov move back to the blue line occasionally, and you also saw them be the first team in the NHL to say, we're not going to carry a goon. Like, that was pretty, like, you're going to get beat up. And that's not to say, like, look how great they are, but like, they were trying things, right? It wasn't just spend lots of money. They were forward thinking, and you look at in football, you talk about coaching trees. Look at the GM tree. Like, Jim Nill is still killing it in the draft. He's just doing it for Dallas now. And Ken Holland was a good GM. His best were probably pre-cap, but like there's some legacy out of that.
They were
franchise
open-minded
and stuff.
enough, I think,
Yeah.
is the key, right? They allowed that Russian style or system, then they embraced it. They didn't bring the Russians over and try and turn them into North American type players. They were like, no, let's let these guys do their thing because it's pretty impressive. And I think they integrated that a lot. I think, Yzerman being the captain, he saw it and he must have liked it. So I think it was an open-minded and a belief that, we could play this game differently and it might help.
Yzerman, there's the other part of the tree. He goes to Tampa.
And doesn't it feel right that he's in Detroit?
Yeah. And I think when he left Tampa, it was confusing. And then you're like, oh, the family was still living in Michigan? Jeez. Like, yeah, okay.
Yes.
And it's like, Ken Holland, you've been great. But like, everyone in the room knew, including Ken, what he had to do at that point. It's like, yeah, I'm going to get out of the way here. It's Steve's turn.
Although I remember at first, I'm the GM of this team. That's great that Steve's coming back, but no, I'm the GM.
And then retirement turned into a 5-year deal with Edmonton.
Yar.
Right.
I was just doing the math, and I love doing the math.
You sure do. We've talked about it already today. Prowess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Norris trophies for Nick Lidstrom.
Just,
Crazy.
No one made the game look easier, eh?
And you watch Cale Makar today. Electrifying skater. Nick Lidstrom, an unbelievable skater, but so different. His edge work, it was almost like Mario in a way, how he would take some strides and then he was just able to kind of glide and still be picking up speed without just churning up the ice. Unreal to watch him play.
So I coach kids, right? I'm around kids a lot. I think I told the story
you
about Rob Blake. Then they're like, who? I've mentioned Lidstrom in practices. Blank stares. Blank.
Where's he in the
stares.
pantheon for D-man? Like a top 5 D of all time, probably? Yeah.
I think he has to be, but that's just, he's so underrated. I never knew he won 7 Norris trophies.
It felt like an annual event. I remember thinking like they just like it should be named after him, really.
7 Norrises and a Conn Smythe plus the cups. Obviously, on the international stage, you'd have some.
It's triple gold guy, probably.
There, yeah.
Would have won with Sweden and Italy, Turin 06, right?
Yeah. And the Wings, so good for so long. And now I feel like they're on that uptick again. I think you watch Lucas Raymond and Mo Sider and some of these young guys. And now how don't you have faith in Yzerman that he's going to be able to pull the right strings and do the right things there? Now, they signed Dylan Larkin to a big deal. I mean, he's the captain.
He's up for a big deal now. He's free agent.
Did they not sign him this week?
I don't think it's done yet. That's what everyone's waiting for. He was talking about it at the All-Star break. And, hey, Dylan, how are things going? What's everyone talking about? They're talking about things aren't done yet. We're working towards it.
Oh, I see. Because I saw terms like, okay, they're in on Dylan Larkin. But either way, you just feel like it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about, if you haven't paid attention to Moritz Seider, the defenseman for the Detroit Red Wings. He is a monster. He's not quite as mean as Chris Pronger. Not quite as big.
No, he's big and physical. Yeah.
I don't think as Pronger.
Nobody was. Yeah.
But big and physical and strong. And for a while, he's not going to have that offensive ability that a Pronger had. The points are coming. Yep. The points are starting to come for Seider.
They had some bad luck in the draft lottery as well in terms of having bad teams and picking like 3rd and 4th instead of 1st and 2nd. It's interesting what he's had to do with, what was it, Nedeljkovic and Vrana, both guys that he signed have been on waivers this year. Philip Hronik's having a really nice breakout year offensively in the back end for them. I think they're going to be good. The problem is that bleeping division. So we talk about with Buffalo all the time, Ottawa as well. Montreal, it's great. You got young kids, you're going to be better. You just let us know when Boston, Toronto, Tampa, and Florida are going to be bad. So, but hey, if you're going to win in that division, you're going to have to do it the right way. They are. I just killed it. No one wants to talk after that.
No, it's good. I'm just kind of checking things out. Still weird for me to see them as an Eastern Conference team.
More bad.
Because that was always the thing. They were.
What year did they switch? Jesus.
You'd hear
that sucked
every time the GMs would meet. It's like, is there any chance? Because it was Columbus and Detroit. Do you realize where we are as a Western Conference team and what our travel is like and what other
like basically a Toronto.
The other Eastern teams have it so easy as compared to what we have in the West. And there you go. You get a Seattle, you get a Vegas, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, and Nashville's in the West. That makes sense, right?
Coming up on Sunday, we are going to be just down the road over at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. And I don't want to get people too excited. We want you to come. Now, there's no reserved seating. It's rush seating, however you want to call it. Get there early. There's all kinds of stuff on, the pregame show to the pregame show and all that sort of thing. I think the Tan Man is coming.
I'm excited about this.
To be at our VIP table.
Well, it wouldn't be a VIP table if he wasn't there.
The Tan Man has given us a verbal thumbs up and commitment for Sunday.
He's RSVP'd, Rhett. Just waiting on you.
Is thumbs up verbal? I don't know.
Oh, he did both, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Verbal.
Yeah. He gave us one of those.
Sorry. Yeah, I think I could do that.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, you can also sit at our VIP table, but you're going to have to win the little contest that we got going. We want to see give us your giddy up. What are you wearing? What are you throwing on your frame?
We want to see your Super Bowl outfits. Let's go.
Go out for Super Bowl and really get after it. You can go to my Instagram at Boomer Morning, which is I could probably change it too. Either of the Flames Nation on Twitter or Instagram, the social medias. Give us the photos. Let us know what you're wearing. And then later this week, we'll pick one of you and a guest going to join Pinder and me and the Tan Man at Grey Eagle Stage Bar Super Bowl big game watch party.
Big
coming
game.
up. That's right.
Yeah.
On Sunday afternoon. Getting ready for it. We've said it. We'll keep saying it. $12 pitcher of beer and a plate of wings. $12 beer and wings is it's all you need to know. I'm sure there's other stuff on the menu, but what are you doing? As well, there are going to be 4 draws for $100 of free slot play, and then the grand prize draw will make it right after the game finale, the big trophy presentation to the owner of the team, which stinks.
Yeah, congrats.
A 65-inch Samsung TV and a sound bar. You can enter that day only. You show up, name in the draw. Somebody that's there is winning that. Pretty good odds, I would suggest.
Yeah. By the way, it was 9 years ago they moved to the East. 13, 14.
Yeah. Oh, I'm old. For me, that's like whatever dog years. That's like 2 years ago.
That was the year that you and I began working together. What a pleasure that was.
Odd that it feels like it was so long ago.
I know. Times move slow since then.
No reserved seating. So get there early.
Let's go.
Hang out. We're going to be over at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. Want to see you there. Let's go. Some guys are going to sit at our table. We're going to be mixing about. We're going to be chopping it up.
We wear your jerseys too. You don't have to be a Chiefs or Eagles fan. You could be a football fan. Let's go.
Is that how it goes? Because I don't know the etiquette. If you wear a jersey, certainly in hockey,
It would be
to
weird.
a game where those two teams aren't playing,
It's a jersey foul.
you get smashed.
The big game is different. I would suggest that the big game, not like if you're going to it, that would be
Yeah.
weird. But if you're watching it, you got to rep your team and be like, imagine the joy we would have in the future if this jersey would ever get their shit together and show up in this game.
So would you wear your Jim Kelly jersey to Eagles Chiefs at a pub?
Thurman Thomas.
Alex Van Pelt.
Ooh. Didn't see that one coming.
No, didn't see that one.
That
coming.
was
What about
okay.
Bruce Smith? I feel like that's your boy, isn't it?
Big tree?
Bruce would be good. I like Bruce. Bruce is good. But I had an AVP jersey. Alex Van Pelt, my man. Coach now.
Is he? All right.
Yep.
There you have it.
He ate all my painkillers after I had surgery on my shoulder.
Ate all your painkillers.
Those guys are.
Is that what you do? You
different
eat them? Yeah.
beings. Him and his buddies were. Hey, let's try some of these. I don't even know what they were.
Please
over
consult
to
your
the house.
physician before.
Yeah, don't do that
consult-
for sure.
Taking any medical advice.
For
from that
sure,
wire.
don't.
Yeah.
It wasn't
don't do
medical
that.
advice. That was whoa.
Don't do that.
Village Honda, Northwest Auto Mall. They want to buy your car. They need some used cars. They got a bunch on the lot. Don't get us wrong, but they want even more. You can sell them your used car today. You'll get paid within 24 hours. No hassle. Get your no obligation appraisal today. And while you're up there, grab a cup of coffee or a cappuccino. That coffee machine is nails. That thing is unbelievable. I think it gave Wolfie a foot rub.
Really?
Oh, unreal.
Okay.
So do whatever you got to do.
That's by the old 90 Prelude. That's still in great shape.
Just over by
Coffee machine.
over by service. Go over. Oh, I just want to. Can I go grab a coffee? It's awesome. And they'll buy your car and give you money, and then 24 hours. And
free
all that
coffee
sort of
and free money for a car. Love it.
Village Honda, Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life. It's the Pinder Report.
All right, fellas, not a lot's changed in Flames land. They don't play tonight. They didn't play last night. They did practice yesterday in Detroit. They'll practice again today. In fact, if you're live on YouTube, on the ice right now in Detroit Rock City. How about that? Let's have a peek at the standings. There was a little bit of movement last night in the NHL with Nashville in action, Edmonton in action, Colorado in action. Generally speaking, a good night for the Calgary Flames. Predators fall in regulation. The Avs blew a late lead, only scored one on Casey DeSmith, who I MF'd yesterday, and had his best night of the year. You can't write this shit. Still got it.
Yeah.
41 of 42. How much of a sieve he's been all year?
And you were yipping him right from the start.
Yes.
You had the Jinxie
Casey
pants
DeSmith,
on shortly.
Betway, I was all in on Cale Makar.
Yeah.
And we'll get to Cale Makar.
Casey to stink, more like
Casey to shit your pants. Yeah, okay. Well, that didn't go so well. Anyway, there's your standings. Outside looking in, they're going to need to get on a run here, Rhett. They're not going to, fall into a playoff spot here with someone, hitting the skids. I see Colorado and Edmonton as taillights here. You're going to have to reel off 5 of 6, make it 8 of 10. They got to get her going here. Now, they've got the whole loser point thing and don't lose in regulation thing figured out. Stringing some W's together going to be necessary at some point.
String them.
Yeah. I don't know if he's frozen or did deep thought there. Yeah.
5 out of 6. Isn't that what I said on this road trip? We're gonna
on the remainder?
Yeah. Well, are we including Seattle? I don't even know.
Of course you are, Brian.
Flames came up in Elliott's 32 thoughts this week, and to nobody's surprise, the worst kept secret, the Flames, even after publicly acknowledging it via their head coach, some interest in Luke Schenn, who plays right side defense for the bad Vancouver Canucks. And article up on FlamesNation if you want more on that. I think there's good reason to be concerned and excited about Luke Schenn as a trade target for the Calgary Flames. The concern would be paying a premium price for Luke Schenn. The positive would be where he slots in your roster would be exactly what you need, someone that can push Michael Stone into the 7 hole, not make him play top 6 minutes. And I don't know where the price is on Schenn. This is a draft class that GMs really, really like, and I think they're going to be very hesitant to move high-end picks. Is this a Fantenberg 4-board aisle, or is this going to be the overpay for Ben Sherratt aisle? I don't know which. The truth's probably somewhere in the middle. More on FlamesNation.
Jeez, he's not Ben Sherratt, is he? Like, we're not going to...
No, he's not. And he's league minimum, but they're going to ask for more because it's a good cap hit, right?
I'll give you the stuff from Elliot from sportsnet.ca. The Flames are believed to be in on Schenn, although they might wait to see if it makes sense for them in the standings. You can see the possibility because of Chris Tanev's injuries. He's a big gamer, but even he can't overcome everything. There's been a push from some inside the Canucks organization to keep Schenn. I think it depends what's offered. If Vancouver deems it too low, they won't move. But the Bruins are believed to be in on Schenn, as are some other teams, which will only push the price north.
Yeah, and I don't know that Schenn is so Schenny. There's no one else that can do Luke Schenn, i.e. play the right side of a third pair. So maybe it's the caffeine diet.
Do they feel like they're a Luke Schenn away?
I certainly like upgrading that third pair, but they're not a Luke Schenn away.
Save your picks.
What if it's
keep your powder dry?
What if it's a 4th conditional third? Like if they advance, they get a third. Are you okay with that price tag? 3rd rounder for Schenn?
No, no.
Okay.
No.
That was what they basically paid for Forward.
Yeah,
well,
keep the picks.
Yeah, I think keep the picks too. I just don't.
If it's a 2nd or better, you got to be crazy. A 3rd, I could.
A 2nd?
It'd be nuts
for a league minimum. A guy, go find
that's
someone
even
else.
More appetizing. You look at the cap. You can even add another player. Rhett. They're going to charge you more because he's making less money. We'll see. Well, I don't think he's a great player. I think he's a serviceable right side third.
I think he would fit in well here.
Too. Yeah. That's his best. It's his best asset.
Kelowna Rocket.
Tuner.
Was he not? Yeah.
That's the pipeline there.
Yeah.
Saskatoon to Kelowna. Then
his brother, Wheat King and a Blade.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll move along. He's
So much info.
And I love this talk about Vancouver. Like, yeah, we might keep him, but like, sweet, good asset management. Keep rocking Vancouver. I'm sure he's going to re-up. Loves it there. It's been so awesome. This is what you say when you're trying to get more than what people are offering. So, yeah, keep him for sure, Vancouver. And keep your jobs, GMs and presidents. That'd be good work. Arena news earlier this week for the Flames. We'll stay there real quick. Ryan Pike's got an article on the city council meeting that was in camera on Monday. There were some high-profile third-party people that attended said meeting. Pike's the best on this stuff. We could try to summarize it, but just go read it. It's better that way. And again, it's things are going to happen. It's just we're going to go through this process.
I mean, you talk about kid math making you glaze over. Can you imagine being in those meetings?
I mean, not you. I can't imagine. That would be not ideal fit.
God.
Yeah. I could put you on that.
You'd be in for that? You want to go sit in those meetings?
No, but if we had to pick one person to do it,
Jesus,
I feel like I'd have to wear that one.
Retro. Retro's an idea guy. Hey, you'd get in there, you start throwing some ideas around.
Yeah.
Leave, let everybody else, kind of handle it.
Hey, guys, I've been thinking about Airdrie. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm out for lunch. Best of luck.
Listen, I know the guy that came up with the 3-on-3 for the All-Star game. I was with them.
Do we shoot him or do we like him? What's the story here?
Oh, we love him. It's 3-on-3 game is better than the game they used to play, isn't it?
I mean, they're all dog shit, but yeah. Kind of.
Poor Pete.
No. There's like 4
We
games.
are idea guys, and we would have great ideas, but nobody listens to our ideas. That's the problem. Or then you get guys like Boom that take you credit or take credit for your ideas.
That's you, Boom.
And
let's put beer in the water fountains, and we can just take a shit wherever we want. Sorry, guys, got to run. All right, what was that? Beer and
beer. How's that going to work?
Thanks, Rhett.
No washrooms? Jesus.
There's never a line for the washroom.
Yeah,
no lines.
No, you get shit all over your
shit
shoes.
wherever you are.
Lines,
just drop your trow and let her buck.
NHL last night. Let's get there. Big home game for the Isles, who had Bo Horvat finally there. But before we get to Bo, how about a shutout for Ilya Sorokin? This guy might win the Vezina as your front runner this year, fellas. Are you familiar? Are you up to speed on the season Sorokin's having? It's probably the only reason I think Lou goes after Horvat. It's like, if you have the goal, you've got a chance. Daryl knows that where he's coaching this league. And yeah, so what's that? Like 1 out of every 8 games, he gets a shutout. That seems like a really nice career.
You know what? He's been that for a while.
Well, that's what I mean. That's his career numbers. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's enough on Sorokin. Let's get to Bo. He gets the shutout, and Bo gets his first as an Islander.
Bo, probably nice to get it right out of the way, Butch. What was it like for you when you got...
Oh, here's Barzal. They score! Bo Horvat, his first as a New York Islander.
Made it 4-0. They loved it. In fact, let's go to later in the game while play is ongoing. The Islanders fans chanting his name, which I don't know that has had happened before.
His first game as an Islander.
What's the chant here, guys? We might need to work on that.
Welcome to the island, fellas.
That's decent, yeah.
And then post-game, he's a star, gets to talk with people, does the twirl, handing out the puck. Big loving.
That's how you want every one of those big trades to work. New guy comes in.
It is.
Chanting his name.
You hear why he was wearing 14? Because he was 53 in Van.
Thomas Hickey?
No, it's
Calgary.
math. You're going to hate it because 1 + 4 is 5, but 4 - 1 is 3, 53. And Lou probably didn't let him wear 53 nor grow a mustache, that turd. 53, too high. All right, I guess you got to get razors and a lower. Why wouldn't he wear 53? It's not like that's a retired number for the Islanders unless I'm completely at the lunch here.
Because
it feels like an Islander rule, doesn't it? Wouldn't Lou be one of those guys? Numbers too high. What do you think you are, a star?
Oh, it is. And you know what? Brian Burke was that guy, and he kind of loosened.
Yes, he did
that a little bit. Because what? Casey Cizikas is wearing a big number. He's loosened up a little bit, but it's still haircuts and shaved faces and low numbers.
Shave those sideburns, Mattingly.
Yeah.
2023.
How would you make out with Lou? Look at you.
I'm not a Lou type. No, that's not for me. Good thing I don't have to deal with those issues, hey, Rhett? Actually being so good at a sport that you'd have to accept the $50 million you'd need to shave your facial hair. No.
You don't have to worry about it.
Eric Karlsson.
Fine.
Thanks, buddy. Eric Karlsson, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Reports of his demise are premature. It's almost as if we jinxed him. Look at this. Imagine if he gets 100+ points this year. And we know he's not great defensively. When he's on the ice, they're outscoring opponents. It isn't the awful defensive season. It's a middling defensive season, which is like all-star caliber defense for Eric Karlsson. He is top 5 in scoring in the league. And, what about context? Here are the guys through 52 games that had more points. Coffee, once Potvin. And they're awful. He's not passing it to Jumbo Joe in his prime. Jonathan Chichu ain't scoring 56 this year. They're fucking brutal. They got 2 guys with more than 12 goals that he plays with. That's it. Yeah. It's all EK.
He's doing it himself.
And I think there's something to what Rhett was saying earlier. Like, it's probably easier for Eric Karlsson on a bad team.
It would be, right?
But it's not like he isn't putting up the results. And when he's off the ice, they're a tire fire. Like, they're outscorer versus scorer. Like, when he's on, they're competitive. They're up a little bit. When he's off, you're the 32nd best team in the NHL.
They're a team that I kind of wonder how long it's going to take for them, because this is one contract and you've got to, they re-signed Hurdle. Now they got to figure out Timo Meier and what they're doing there. But for so long, they were a good team, playoff team every single
16
year.
16 to 17 years, I
add
believe.
guys, bring in, pay. And I just wonder, it feels, to your point, like they're a long ways away.
Yeah, well, they traded, 2 firsts for Karlsson. One turned out to be Stützle, if I'm correct, really high. They traded another first for Evander Kane. They traded another first on another deal I'm blanking on. Like, they've been shipping out firsts forever here. Yeah. So it's going to be a while, and you're probably going to have to be really, really, really good at your pro scouting, draft, and develop. And they weren't bad at that, but I don't see a young star coming. And Timo Meier's going to be a nightmare wreck because he's got a $10 million QO this summer.
Wow, but you're bloody well lucky that Karlsson's playing as well as he is. For at least you're getting some value from him. And now for other teams must be calling and interested. Like, there's got to be someone that's going, wow, if he's going to do this, we got to get him. So at least you'll be
Mike
able
Greer's
to
set a
recuperate
really high asking price, but he's now back in that spot, to Rhett's point, that he's dominant enough that teams are going to try to make room for him as the cap goes up, in theory.
The Sharks,
I would rather have
the
I'm not a big fan, but I would still rather have Eric Karlsson than Luke Schenn. Just
Whoa! Rhett bomb.
Wow, it feels like a Rhett bomb, but like, what would Daryl pick? I do wonder sometimes.
Yeah.
It's true. But if you're
goals
listening.
for Flames and the Sharks have the same number.
Really? Oh, goals for. I thought you meant
goals for.
Yeah, clearly their goals against would be
it's
miles
awful.
apart.
Yeah. But even as you say, there's no one else scoring
They
on
only
that
have
team
no
except him.
12.
Yeah.
2 guys with more than 12 goals, not named Karlsson. It's got to be Meier and Hurdle healthy enough?
It's got to be, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, we could look. You got computers here. Could probably just look.
Jeff Carter. Dirty on our boy Kiel Makar. Not just because we had him in our Betway bets and that he's a beauty Calgarian and that he's the best defenseman since Karlsson, but because look at this hit, Rhett. This is a little bit cheap. Standing still in front. Bonk. Oh. Like, I don't know that there's a tight lane there. He definitely goes right to the head. And how's Makar supposed to deal with that? It's the wrong way. Now, I get this probably happened all the time when Rhett played, but in today's NHL, with all the emphasis they've placed on head contact, that just seems dirty. Left the game, Rhett. Concussion spotter, chit-chat. Came back, did finish. Makar was not happy about it post-game.
And that's no accident. That's not incidental contact.
There's lots of room to skate by and not clip a guy there. Yeah. And Bednar said the same post-game. He was not happy with that play from Jeff Carter. Okay, last night, NBA history. LeBron James passes. What's his sole possession now? He's the guy. He passed the captain last night. Here is your bucket to put tie and go ahead. All-time points in the NBA.
Coming to the end of the
Big
third
shoes, right?
quarter. LeBron James, a shot in history. LeBron stands alone.
38.
His all-time scoring record now belongs to LeBron James.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was there.
Just pounding vodka cranberries in the front row.
Yeah, he was doing all right.
Just didn't want to be there.
He was cute, cool as a cucumber, and then they had him do the whole staged here, stand here, hand the ball there.
Yeah, it was one of these retro, and it's like, I hope he does it tonight because I don't want to be here tomorrow.
You could tell LeBron was going too. He got on a heater.
He's gonna hit. All right. Out of his chair. Hey, somebody come shake my hand so I can go home. I'm friggin' tired.
Yeah, his kids were on hand, and he's 38, Rhett. 20 years. Does it feel like that?
An embrace from his mother. Gloria.
He's won some titles. Miami, Cleveland, and L.A. And he wants to play with his boys, apparently. Those are his boys to his right, our left. Was it Bronny and...
So can you just say, I want to play... He's probably good enough that he can just say, my kid's going to play in the NBA? Like he doesn't.
I don't know that his kids are old enough yet, but it sounds like football players.
He's a football player, but he's still...
he's got a great handle.
I need him.
It's unbelievable, yeah.
So here's him post-game talking with his boys.
75 years old. Holy smack.
Yeah, let him go to sleep.
Jeez. Let him have fun.
38,000. 2-3. It's gonna be 2 and 3. Me? Oh, y'all gonna be 2 and 3.
The one kid's like, I don't know about that, man. That's a lot of points in the NBA. That would be cool to see.
Those kids
Gordie
are
Howe did
spoiled
this
rotten. He's not gonna work like LeBron had to.
They're good players. I mean, you're right. He grew up in Akron, not the son of a dude worth $1 billion, but they're good players. Gordie Howe did this with his kids in the WHA. We never talk about it because it wasn't the NHL, right? Like that would be quite a thing.
No, I
Obviously,
think we don't
Ken
talk
Griffey
about it because
Sr.
it
and
happened
Jr.
in the 70s.
That too.
And in fairness, Mark Howe was he was a good NHLer. It's not as though they were just playing because they were his kids.
No, I mean play together on the same team. That would be kind of cool
Right.
to see. I feel like we'd celebrate it more if it wasn't the rival league the NHL pretends doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Because we never talk about those games he played either. And then Griffey's, obviously. Pretty cool.
But you're the only one that keeps that in a backpack. I don't really think
it is a backpack item for me. I'm not going to hide from that.
It's really something.
Another thing becoming a
no one else
item
cares.
It's because you're getting mad at Pat Marleau, and I feel like the league could have helped you there.
I had to talk to Patty. Apologize.
Did you? It's probably overdue.
Take it back.
Take that back.
I still wish Gordie had the record. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel.
Don't make me bring up the WHA again. Another backpack item that's happening, Rhett. We saw one of the greats honoring the new king, the new all-time points leader.
Oh,
the fuck is going on?
2:22
a.m. I know you're not staying up that late.
Can't believe you're partying Tuesday night or Wednesday night, 2:30 in the morning.
The $2 highballs down south somewhere.
That's why I got to wear the glasses, man. No, I was up for a bit by that time.
What are you
It
doing?
don't matter. I
got to get you some weed gummies. Sleep like a baby.
I told you what I did last night.
Stared at a wall. What
Tough.
did that accomplish?
Had a tough real life meeting.
Okay.
Real life sucks, Rhett. Real life.
Rhett had one of those
sucks.
on Monday. You had one yesterday. I guess
Last
today's
night
my
you
turn
had
for a
a-
real lifer.
Yeah. Because, it's that time of year, it's kind of spring. We're getting tax time. What are we doing? Are we moving some, get your income tax and your things, all your papers filed. Oh, geez. So you're not at that other job anymore. It's, well, we're going to have to do something here. You're not making any money. That's right. No, I'm not. Are you doing that for free? Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Can I put these gift cards into the RESP, or does it have to be actual real money?
So then when I come out of a cold sweat at 1:46 a.m. and start like, what the fuck have I done? What have I done? It was so stupid. It was stupid. It was fucking, what have you done?
I do like that by 2:20 you moved away from
Then
that.
I kind of go,
I may as well check out on the NBA. Oh,
See what's
LeBron, my boy.
See what's on Twitter, I guess.
That's your Pinder Report.
That's what I think about at 2:30 in the
LeBron.
morning. Hey, I had to check my
LeBron.
social media.
I wasn't.
If you have a
back to
life,
sleep.
if you have a life meeting, all the more reason to have some of those edibles around,
I
just
know.
to save
Before,
you
after, or
that
during?
agony.
Yeah.
Fellas,
Well, probably
the all
before.
2023 Honda Accord. It will be at Village Honda later this month. They are pumped for it. It's all the all new generation, redesigned, and is already one of the most popular sedans on the planet. Village Honda, Northwest Auto Mall, have all the details for you. Visit them online, villagehonda.com, or click the QR code. Right on your screen if you're watching there. Right there. Yep, right there. Right there. Is there anything more you can share? Because you kind of dropped that was a bit of a Rhett bomb yesterday about, it might be, I talked to the tax guy, and we're not talking about hundreds. We're not talking about thousands. Can't do
I
it.
feel like tax talk is really.
Oh, we're all in it, eh?
Need to jump into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Pay your
A lot of
taxes.
math, tax
That's all I can
talk.
say.
Feel a new podcast coming.
No, okay. What'd you say?
I don't.
You
who,
said
me?
something, Rhett. Yeah.
I just.
You said something, and oddly
Tax
Pinder
talk is-
walked on you. Yeah.
Well, it's like he's in school again. He's just talking over the teachers.
Just yakety.
I'll be in the hallway.
Here's some good news for all of us. Well, whether you got a tax problem or not, you know who's here to help you? Montana's Barbecue and Bar. All you can eat ribs, buddy. Wednesday, Montana's. Let's go. Pork ribs. Still hungry? Keep eating. Yeah, I'll have some more, please. Would you like some more? I'll have some more. You need some more? Have some more.
Sir.
There you have it. Obviously, in location only. You sit down, you order the all-you-can-eat ribs, part of the Montana's Barbecue and Bar daily deals. You see the half-price wings. They've got the tacos there every Tuesday. Every day there's something going on in Montana's, including the comfort menu, which was unveiled not that long ago. And here on Barn Burner, on our social media, you could be winning a $50 gift card this week. Last week, 25. This week, 50. I wonder if there's one next week that's even bigger.
You could do some damage with 50 tonight at Montana's.
That's right. So go to the social medias. It's on the Flames Nation. It's on Barn Burner. It's on everybody's. But go to the Flames Nation social media. And really, I could walk through it. It's all there on that tweet and on that Instagram post. Tag your friends in the comments. You got to follow and like and do all that sort of stuff. And by the end of the week, $50 gift card. One of you lucky devils is going to win that thing.
Hello, Valentine's Day.
You or I.
I was just, because as I stopped talking, there was like, what am I doing later? Can I go have the ribs tonight? My kid's on the ice. I got stuff. Maybe.
Depends how that rink is. You might be able to drop off, pick up.
Maybe. All you can eat ribs.
Just add bib.
Damn. Because we got to look for good value, right?
Is that the move?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Wherever there's
the tax guy tells you there's trouble, yeah.
That's why you want Luke Shen. Talk about value on that deal, Rhett. Low money. Whew.
we're done the Zoom call. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. This is what he says. Well, all right. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, Dean, go try make some money. Thanks, man. Good talk.
Go get him, champ. Fuck me. Oh, am I on still? Sorry, guys. Bye. God.
No, it's great. Listen, we're just having fun.
Just
This is so
hanging it up
great.
right now.
It's awesome. Yeah. So good. So good.
Where'd
I
you
had a
guys
little
get
something here I
that
was going-
sweater?
You like? You dig?
Which one? You got two here.
Big Cat. Big Cat's in town. Jay came down from, go get this. It's like 6 degrees outside. They leave Edmonton this morning. Jeez, it was snowing and blowing. The roads were terrible.
sloppy,
I thought the highway was
gross.
going to be closed. Oh, really? Shitty weather in Edmonton? First I've
Weird.
heard of it. No, but they, yeah, it's the, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got one for you. Just let us know when you're back.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, get it.
Sooner than
Those
later.
too, if you want. This is one thing you're missing
can't
out on
even-
as well.
This is where I need
the Mad
eye
Rose.
doctor.
It's the Mad Rose
Oh,
pub.
gotcha.
fried and then baked. You're going to love those wings, right? I'm telling you. Pizza's nails, more wonton.
Feed me.
Yeah, buddy.
Feed me.
I'm
Let
going
us
to
know when you're
go
back.
here because I was just kind of poring over stats preparing for this show today.
A lot of math on today's show.
Well,
I'm telling
I
you.
mean, there's this. The Flames must be scoring. You have to be on top of that if they've got the same amount of goals for as the San Jose Sharks.
That's right. Yeah. Juggernauts.
It's hard to keep up.
Because there's some things right now. We talked about Boston, last week? Are they going to win the President's Trophy? Are they going to
Yes.
win their division? There's some
Yes.
things that are a fait accompli. And
Will the
you
Blue
feel like
Jackets make the playoffs? No.
Connor McDavid, 93 points in 51 games. Next closest is his pal Leon, 76 points.
Oh,
So the Art Ross, barring injury,
He's 17 points clear.
right? He also has the goal lead with 41. Next closest is
41 already?
David Pasternak with 38.
He's going to hit 60 this year.
Could he do the double deal? Could you win? Is he going to win the Rocket and the Art Ross?
Be surprised if he didn't at this point, wouldn't you?
Two
And the Hart.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So two guys have won both the Rocket and the Art Ross since 1996 when Mario Lemieux did it. So we're talking 25, 20, whatever it is, years. Two guys have done it. Scoring title, Art Ross.
When Jerome hit 52,
Ovi.
did he win the scoring title or no?
Jerome Iginla, 0102.
There you go. Hit 52 goals and what, almost 100, 98 points, something like that?
And then the next one is more recent, still quite a ways back.
Rick Nash.
Alex Ovechkin
Ovi won the
in the
points title.
07-08.
Wow.
Goals is not surprising, but did win the scoring.
That Iginla season was something because I think the next highest scoring guy was like 42, and then there was a bunch of guys at like 38. I think there was two dudes who got 40 goals that year at 52. Like that is
The only thing
you wanna
something
adjust
about
for
that
era?
is that he didn't win the frickin'
Did win
MVP.
hard.
yeah, because some asshat in Quebec left him off the fucking ballot. Never mind putting him second or third to Jose Theodore. That was an absolute robbery. If that happened to Toronto, people would still be moaning about it like I am right now.
So deep in the backpack. today.
God, that was just awful. You should lose your fucking papers for that shit.
Yes, you should. Like,
That's
You're not
just-
wrong.
It's brutal. Like that season was so special, and some loser Habs fan that writes for a living ruins it for Iginla. Come on.
And not put him second.
No, not even on the ballot.
Didn't put him on the ballot.
Oh, they didn't make the playoffs. Oh, you're right. He must not be good then. The team around him was so deep. You're welcome.
Good old Pinder, eh?
That was a crime. Honestly, I bet you put two pops into Jerome, he'd tell you the same thing.
Oh, for sure.
Not that he's worried about his achievements, but that was robbery.
Who could argue?
The idiot in fucking Quebec.
Even his, you know what though, like you say,
he
there's
can't argue
there's
because you
something
never
in it,
hear him
right?
talk about it. He ain't going to back it up. He's
No.
chicken shit.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's not good.
less than a week away to Valentine's. Talked about it yesterday. We'll do it again today. It's Vena Nova, Calgary's lab-grown diamond specialist, the only store in our city that specializes exclusively in lab-grown diamonds. The three of us went in. We saw Justin. We all made our purchases for Christmas.
Sorted.
Grand slam home runs, triple-decker, huge hit.
We don't have the easiest better halves to please. They have very, very high standards, Dean, and they were all thrilled. This was a, triple decker for sure.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
you
shows us.
Such, real winners. Yeah, that's right.
We duped three of them.
Vena Nova, because it's lab-grown diamonds, sometimes up to 80% off. Not across the board, but in some cases, you're going to save so much on essentially the same quality of stone. Or better.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You could do buy the same, or just get more diamonds, have the same budget. And
True.
now you're blinging, baby.
Yeah.
Bigger and better.
VenaNova.com. And Justin said for anybody this week, if you go on VenaNova.com between now and the 14th, put in promo code BarnBurner, one word. He's going to put in a little box of chocolates with the order as well. So that's like, look at that.
Double win.
Or if you go in store, say, hey, I heard the podcast. Guys in Barnburner were talking about it. We're here to look around. All right, let's help you out. We'll show you around. You will also get the chocolates in addition to your diamond purchase, and time permitting, gonna have it shipped for you as well.
Nice.
Little take care of it right to your door, whether it be hand delivery, whatever. Justin is gonna make it right. And we're not talking, like we said yesterday, about some dairy milk, some Jersey milk kind of BS chocolates, like high end.
The
specialty.
shoveler,
Yeah.
what? Shoveler loaded up on chocolate. She had to drive to Detroit with the kids, so they had to cut through
That's
Canada. And it tastes so different. Everything,
savvy.
candy.
Yeah.
I
thought you were gonna say she loves Jersey milk. Like, no, she doesn't. Nobody loves Jersey milk. It's hideous.
You can take the girl out of Buffalo,
but no, you're right. You go to the States, you have a Kit Kat. It's not a Kit Kat.
No, God, no.
It's Cadbury. Like, they don't do Kit Kat, but man, Cadbury chocolate, it's the best. And I don't think it'll be even better than Cadbury for Justin with Vena Nova.
Dude, he's going high end here.
Yeah.
Blow your doors off with some nice chocolate.
I feel like maybe if there's a plus side to the meeting from last night, maybe a little less flack if Valentine's present isn't all whoop-de-doo.
Didn't you go like over the top at Christmas too? Like classic Dean?
Yeah.
You're like, here's our budget that we're going to work with. And this is what you know what? Why don't we make it 3 of those?
So I'll just take the box. Like, hey, babe, could you just hand that back to me? Okay. Here you go. You know what? I bet you it fits. Got it sized and everything.
Wow. Thanks, honey.
Yeah. VenaNova.com. Tomorrow on the program, Thursday means Ask Rhett. Get your questions in. Ask Rhett at FlamesNation.ca. It's when we started doing it, you were like, no hockey questions. This was years ago. No hockey questions. I feel like everyone's learned. We got very few hockey questions, and it's a lot about food and life and love and that sort of thing. Somebody was asking about
drunken Chicago, things like that. Now,
what was the one that you said something about Daryl? You know, how did you handle Daryl back in the day if he was telling you something? We still get a few of those, but it's not a lot. People want to know what kind of marinade you put your brisket in.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Chicago for St. Patrick's Day this year, by the way, fellas, if anyone wants to.
I'm told the river's green.
That's beautiful green too, by the way. Beautiful.
Bright. Yeah, they're not half-assing that thing.
And how long does it take to filter that shit out?
I don't know. It's a river. It's moving. It's out of there pretty quick. I just don't know where it goes. Like, who's downstream?
Well, there's a big body of water, I think, that Chicago sits on.
Didn't they reverse that river, though? This was one of the great engineering feats of many moons ago. They turned it backwards to stop running their sewage into the lake they lived on. I may be wrong here. We can effort this, but I think that was quite a feat back in the day.
It's a great town.
It is a great town.
Good food, retro. Great food for city for food.
Good ballpark
town.
Yeah, sports town. 2
baseball teams. You want to get mugged at one, get hammered in the outfield in the other. It's beautiful.
And what do they say about O'Hare? Only fly to Chicago if you're flying to Chicago. You'll be flying to Chicago because you're going to get laid up.
Tough to miss your connection when you're already there.
So Hope Street, we'll have that for you tomorrow. That is Ask Rhett. There you see him. Hope Street Real Estate Corporation. They know what they're doing. They are Canada's Property Manager of the Year. Locations in Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary. I actually saw one. I was on their go follow their social media. They got a number of their listings and stuff on there. It's kind of it's impressive how much they do for the people that bring them on board. So they just do everything. Give us the keys. We'll direct deposit works for you. Okay, perfect. And you don't do anything else.
They're going to vet these people living in your home. This is amazing. I don't have time for that crap.
They'll manage tenants. Get you those premium rates. You sleep easy knowing that everything is safe and protected. You can book a virtual meeting at hopestreet.ca. That's coming up tomorrow.
My idiot brother's in Detroit. Can you imagine that's the trip you choose to go on? Let's go to Detroit and Buffalo.
In February.
Yeah.
Like if you're going July and it's like, oh, we're going to go check the Tigers and your favorite team. Sure. Yeah.
And Super Bowl's in Arizona.
Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He must love you. Yeah, but Rhett doesn't live in Arizona. He lives in Buffalo.
No, that's not it. No,
No?
because he was expecting I would be in Arizona when this was all
yeah.
booked up.
Oh, the Bills are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
Not
him
though,
that.
eh? Boy, was he grumpy.
Bills.
You talk about being grumpy. Was he grumpy that day?
Yeah, that was the
Yikes.
Bengals, eh? Wasn't really close.
Was that the day he was yelling at his
Sorry?
kids in the pre-show? Or was that a different day?
It was a rough day.
No, I
it
didn't
was a
feel
rough
good
day.
that day. I was sick that day.
You were hungover as shit. You hadn't got enough sleep. You were sour at the Bills. The whole reason you moved to Buffalo just got flushed. Ugh. I felt for you,
Next year, though, man.
kind of.
Next year.
I don't know.
Is there
I'm
a year?
worried about next year. I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Kind of would be.
what to
Yeah.
think.
Let's do our Betway Bets of the day
Ooh.
and get out of here. Quiet night in the old National Hockey League.
Who do we like to curse tonight? Reverse jinxed Casey DeSmith yesterday.
It's real good.
Power is real.
Real good. There you have the Stars taking on the Wild. The Stars are at home.
They've been good this year.
Minnesota beat Dallas with Wedgwood in net, Ottinger in net. They defeated the Wild. Give me a regulation win for Dallas on home ice, plus 110. They are 2-0-3 in their last 5. The Wild have lost 4 straight on the road going into this one tonight. And then it's not quite Pinder big game hunting, but
Oh, that's a big number.
well, let's go. Let's go. They're going with, was it Spencer Martin in net for Vancouver tonight?
The Canucks are probably one of the easiest 3 or 4 teams in the league to score on.
Yeah, at Madison Square Garden. We just saw the Rangers.
Rangers look good.
So give me a Rangers money line win, total goals over 6.5, and a goal for Mika Zibanejad, plus 400.
5-2, Patrick Zibanejad, you get paid. Let's go.
I've maybe got some New York Ranger bias, having just watched them, but Zibanejad was all over the place.
He was.
Lots of goals, and I think they beat the Canucks tonight. Those are my bets.
Sweet. Similar vibes. I kind of like the points and things happening on Broadway with the Canucks, who put up a decent fight. First game back from break. I think they lost in overtime to Jersey a couple nights ago. We're going to start the bottom one. There's Panarin and Pettersson both to get 1 assist. That's it, plus 240. See that happening, right? Those are 2 great passers, 2 great setup men. And then I kind of got one of these, only 2 games in the NHL tonight. Let's have a little bet special for the day. Kaprizov, Pettersson, Panarin. All superb players, all piling up points. All got a point tonight, plus 150.
And some peas in there. You were popping peas left and right. It's good. There you go. The Betway Bets of the
Pinder's
day.
picks.
Be 19. Get it on your phone. Be responsible. Have fun with it. Be in Ontario.
All that stuff.
All that sort of thing. Now, I don't know if you caught it. Are you, Rhett, you're on social media, right? You're all over the
Big time.
the
Love
Tweeter.
it.
He's an influencer.
Yeah, the tweeters and that. So you've probably seen it. This won't be news to you, but to some people who follow Flames Nation on social media, a little bit of a nugget dropped on our social media last night involving maybe some new content coming here to Flames Nation.
Rhett, what are you doing?
Well, I fleeing the country again. I'm coming.
What
In
country are you
reverse?
fleeing to? Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you unflee? What's that?
Flames Nation citizens.
Nation citizens.
Yes, sir.
Keep your eyes out.
Go check it out at Flames Nation. That's our social media. Look how happy she is.
Fired up.
Eh?
There's Princey.
There it is.
Look at that.
There it is.
Fella.
Flames Nation citizens with Michaela and Mark.
Princey.
Yeah,
I
There
don't
he
know-
is.
I don't know Mark. I know Princey.
he's also got that sweater.
Yeah.
We really got to.
We got one waiting for you here, right?
But yeah, the brand new podcast. It is going to
Launch tonight, is that right?
It's going to launch tonight.
Today, okay.
From the Oodle Noodle Studios.
Uda Nuda Studa.
Mhm.
Yes. And for Michaela, great that she's on board. As Mark was saying, very obvious that there's not a lot of female content here at Barn Burner or at Flames Nation.
Changing today.
Changing today. She
Love
is
it.
going to keep Princey in line, and that'll
Good
be
luck.
a weekly podcast that you'll get wherever you get your podcasts, and of course on the YouTube channel.
He's calling him some Mark. Look at the Mark. What's the Mark in there? It's got to be Princey, no?
Oh, you know,
There's 2 M's. I get the alliteration there.
yeah.
All right.
You know who made that logo?
You.
Tan Man.
What?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The Tan Man.
See how there's fire on one side and there's a microphone on the
There's a
other?
microphone on the other, and there's fire because
And it's a hockey stick.
it's
I thought
hockey.
it was a guitar.
And it's like,
It does kind of look like the frets of the top there of the guitar. Yeah.
is that the dome in the background? Is it maybe like mountains or something? Either way, unbelievable work.
Looks like Calgary.
I'm buying him a $12 pitcher of beer and wings on the weekend. Damn straight. That friggin' Tan Man.
Oh,
investment
you
guy,
better
know about
call
this.
you better call your tax man and make sure.
At that price, you can't afford not to. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right.
It's
but
costing me money not to.
it's the inflation buster.
That's
It's got to
right.
get that in him.
Okay, buddies. Tomorrow is Flames game day. A big one in Detroit. There's it's February. The All-Star break.
So are
is
they all
over.
big moving forward? Like they're all now considered big that were
You know what? If you'd beat the
51
Rangers
to win?
retro on Monday, I think maybe there's a little more wiggle room, but just getting 1 point there. We talked about it, 6 out of 8. That's a really nice number. To get to that, you need 2 wins and an overtime. Don't be leaving yourself 2 games in without a win on this thing. Let's go.
And this Detroit team's not a easy out for the Fly. Like it's
I'd
not a
put them in the
guaranteed
same
win night kind of
category of
thing.
Buffalo. They could be tricky.
You know what they are? They're plucky.
tricky.
They're plucky. Yeah.
Plucky. 21, 20, and 8 is where they sit. Probably a little offensively challenged,
Okay.
right? But
They're missing Verana. He's dealing with some issues and on the farm right now.
you could argue so too are the Flames, a little offensively
I
challenged. Or
don't
at
even know
least,
that it's an argument. It seems like a fact.
or at least in terms of finishing offensive chances.
Creating offensive chances that aren't from a mile away.
So that's coming up on the show tomorrow. Plus, Ask Rhett and a lot more. Thanks for being a part of Barn Burner, everybody. Retro, get that homework in. Get that homework done. I need to see your
can't wait
notes.
to get
I want to
back
see
to
your
it.
notes.
It's
Show
gonna
your work.
Show
so
your
good.
work. See you tomorrow.
Oilers suck.
There it is. See you, buddies.